Welcome to week 4 of Barrington Sports Monday Night Hockey. I'm Simon Mason, and in tonight's bumper episode we've highlights from Surbiton versus Canterbury, both women and men, both matches between East Grinstead and Reading, as well as our men's Goal of the Month competition for September. First up to Sugden Lane, where we saw a repeat of the last 2 years' championship final. Surbiton were looking to advance up the table after drawing their first 2 games, whilst Canterbury had 7 points from their opening 3 fixtures. Commentary brought to you by Charlie Brougham.
So penalty corner for Surbiton. It comes from Becky Herbert, and it's Wolven at the top of the circle, and Jenna Wolven, who gave Surbiton the lead against Buckingham last week in the 5th minute, does the same this week against Canterbury, this time from a penalty corner, fired in, and it comes off Clulo on the post. Surbiton 1, Canterbury 0. So a chance for Canterbury to get back on level terms. It's Clulo! And Mel Clulo makes it 1-1. A fine strike from the top of the circle, down the foot side of Abby Walker. Great goal. Surbiton channel down this right hand side, and Joe Hunter in round the back of the Canterbury defenders. Hunter driving to the baseline. Hunter pulls it back, and Calnan restores Surbiton's lead. Surbiton 2, Canterbury 1. Charlotte Calnan converting after Joe Hunter's drive along the goal line. A well taken goal from Surbiton. Clulo. No, she lost possession. She has lost the ball, and a chance here for Canterbury. They're in again on Surbiton. Are 3-1 in front. Becky Herbert on the score sheet. All came about from a poor pass out of defence from Clulo, but once it got into the circle, Herbert with a very smart finish. Canterbury change at the top of the circle. Ballsden fires it in. It was along the ground, and I think it's been deflected up and over Abby Walker by Holly Munro. Let's have a look from behind the goal. Fired along the turf, and indeed it is up off Munro's stick. I think Walker has that covered. Another chance here for Surbiton. This is Hunter. Hunter trying to get round Barnes. Barnes does well, but it's dropped out to Herbert. Herbert along the baseline, and it's still there for Surbiton, and it's turned in by Sarah Haycroft. And with 3 minutes remaining, Surbiton surely have the victory now. Surbiton 4, Canterbury 2. The drive from Herbert, then the little ball through up off the stick of Clulo, but then the ball back to Haycroft, who finishes. Penalty corner for Canterbury. Is there to be any late drama? Ballsden scores. Surbiton 4, Canterbury 3, and Canterbury, well, they've got a minute to try and find a point. Ballsden with a drag flick, better than her first goal. Same side, same result. Canterbury then, is there to be a dramatic finale? They've won possession high up the park. They've got the free hit. Dramatic last moments here at Surbiton. Now, can they find a penalty corner or even a shot? They've won the long corner. I think time is going to defeat them. And it has. It's all over. A second win of the season for Surbiton. A first defeat for Canterbury. Surbiton 4, Canterbury 3, the final score.
Now over to East Grinstead to see whether the hosts could continue their impressive form in their debut season in the Premier League against a struggling Reading side who'd only picked up 1 point from their opening 3 matches.
So penalty corner for Reading. Barnes to the left of the castle, and it is Barnes! And Barnes gives Reading a 21st minute lead. East Grinstead 0, Reading 1 from the top of the circle. Barnes just off the ground, and that's what defeats Mackay in the East Grinstead goal. And it's been won back by Caddick. She's run into a bit of a cul-de-sac, and it's been won back by Berner. And here is Burrell on the cross, and diving in at the far post, it is Haynes. And East Grinstead are back on level terms. Well, after Caddick had given away possession. That's a nice little pass. Burrell aware of her options. And there is Haynes on the far post to level things up. Reading then on the attack down this left-hand side. And here is Blackwood. Blackwood with a reverse stick shot. In comes the shot now from Lee. And it's been turned up and over by Hunt. And Elizabeth Hunt restores Reading lead. It's East Grinstead 1, Reading 2. Good cross from Blackwood. And then how about this from, well, Lee actually, she mistimes it. She tops it, and that actually gives Hunt the chance to pop it over Mackay. That's a poor ball out of defence by Reading, and a chance here. And it's been converted by Burrell. Zoe Burrell, who was denied in the first half of the penalty corner, gets her goal. Well found by Cara Haynes, and in fact Ellis had 2 EG players to deal with, and she couldn't deal with the shot. So Reading playing it round the back, under some pressure here, Reading, and they've lost possession, and a chance here for Burrell once again. Burrell taking it wide, and well, I think that's going to be a stroke because it's come off the body of Ellen Barnes. Burrell poaching round the keeper. Shots going goal bound, and it hits Ellen Barnes on the leg. And the stroke has been put away by Joanna Davis. And Davis gives East Grinstead the lead for the first time this afternoon. Sends Ellis the wrong way. And a camp, and that is the final whistle. And it's a come from behind win for East Grinstead. East Grinstead 3, Reading 2 the final score.
It was a really edgy game. We knew it was going to be tough, and we've sort of made a good start to the league, so we're looking to kind of continue that into the game. But yeah, it was very edgy, end-to-end stuff, but an enjoyable game. But yeah, glad we came out with the points at the end. We've had a lot of new players come in this season, and it's been a big change for us. But we seem to have gelled well, and we're looking to finish, top 4. We're very ambitious, and the girls who've come in have all got experience, and have settled in really quickly. And it just shows today, we've had girls pop up with goals who are new players, and we seem to be progressing well. But we know that obviously first half of the season, we've got to get some points on the board, and then we'll see where we are at Christmas and look to push on.
Elsewhere in the league, Leicester won a thrilling match against Clifton in which 7 players got on the score sheet, with Holly Payne getting the winner in the 54th minute of the match. University of Birmingham continued their 100% start to the season with a 2-1 win against Holcombe, and Sally Walton scored the only goal as Bowden Hightown beat Buckingham. All this means that University of Birmingham stay at the top of the table, with East Grinstead and Surbiton breathing right down their necks, whilst Reading and Buckingham remain rooted to the bottom of the table. Back to Sugden Lane now for the men's Premier Division, as the top of the table hosted second bottom, with Canterbury the visitors to Surbiton. Surbiton could boast the league's top goalscorer in Alan Forsyth, whilst Canterbury were without the injured influential pairing of Quan Brown and Craig Boyne.
So in comes the penalty corner, flicked, goal for Steve Kelly. Surbiton 1, Canterbury 0, and it's no less than the hosts deserve. Kelly, little shape to the keeper's right, and then sending him the other way. Chip forward now from Eddie Way, and it's been missed by Hudson, and here goes Forsyth. Forsyth up against Farah, past Farah, but goes down, but gets back up. Ball out to this right-hand side. Cownan fires it across the circle. Forsyth gets the touch. Surbiton 2, Canterbury 0, and Alan Forsyth has had an excellent start to this game. Goes down under the challenge there from Farrett, but he just keeps running. And as the ball is played out to the right-hand side, Cownan fires it across, and Forsyth sneaks in front to the defenders. This is Richford. Into the circle it comes. Here is Meccano, 2-1. Canterbury on the scoreboard, courtesy of Tarek Meccano, who on the turn squeezes it past David Kettle in the Surbiton goal. Gets half a yard on Shipperley, but I'm not sure Kettle will be too impressed with that save. Penalty corner for Surbiton. The flick coming in, and it's well saved. And the follow-up from Forsyth. Well, Daly with the original drag flick from the top of the circle. Stubbings makes a great save away to his right-hand side. He's a little unlucky that it drops straight to Forsyth, but there's nothing lucky about this finish. It's absolutely top class from Alan Forsyth. Penalty corner. Here comes the flick. Good save. Follow-up from Spain. And James Spain makes it 3-2. The original drag flick saved well by Kettle with his left hand, but it falls straight to Spain, who pops it above the head of Prose on the post. So, penalty corner for Surbiton. Good save by Stubbings. Follow-up from Johnny Gall. Well, Stubbings makes a fine first save from Matt Daly's drag flick, but Johnny Gall with the follow-up, and for the second time, Stubbings sees a save fall to a white shirt, who then scores. Into the circle for Watt. Oh! Michael Watt, what a finish. Surbiton 5, Canterbury 2. And just have another look at this finish from Michael Watt. Drops the hands down the stick, punch shot, and Stubbings beating all ends up by the pace. And here goes Farah. It's a horrible looking tower coming in from Bartram and from Shipperley, and the whistle is gone. Bruce Bale having a word with Quan Brown on the Canterbury bench, because Brown has been going on at the umpire since Burton Bowden's yellow card, and well, Bruce Bale has brandished another yellow, this time for Tom Richford, the Canterbury captain, and Canterbury are now down to 8 players, and Quan Brown is now paying the price for his constant bickering at the umpire. Here come Canterbury, or Surbiton, excuse me, and Surbiton driving to the top of the circle. Dave Beckett still going. A couple of horrible looking tackles coming in, and in the end, it's a stroke for the home side. And Burton Bowden with the stick tackle on Dave Beckett, and Bruce Bale points to the spot. So Forsyth against Stubbings. And Forsyth scores. What a match Alan Forsyth has had. A hat-trick, penalty corner, field goal and a penalty stroke. He saved one on the line as well. And Surbiton have another win. Surbiton 6, Canterbury 2, the final score.
East Grinstead welcomed their old rivals Reading, desperate to get their first points on the table, whilst Reading had a great start to the season, winning their opening 3 games.
Penalty corner then for East Grinstead, and the flick is a good flick, and it's a fantastic save. Adam Seckel from the top of the circle, but have a look at this for a save from Tommy Alexander. That is top class, brilliant stuff from the keeper. So free hit for EG out to that right hand side. Jackson, and it's been turned in by Nolte. Joe Nolte breaks the deadlock on 27 minutes. EG 1, Reading 0, and it's well worked down the right hand side to the edge of the circle to Wes Jackson, who fires it at the far post, and Nolte turns it in. Penalty corner then for EG at the start of the second half, and Adam Seckel makes no mistakes. 5 minutes in, East Grinstead 2, Reading 0, and Seckel beats Alexander to his left. So a chance here for Reading. It's Richard Mantell from the top of the circle, and it's in off the post. Richard Mantell gets Reading on the scoreboard. EG 2, Reading 1, and it couldn't have been any further to the keeper's left. In off the base of the post. Chance here for Reading, but they've been dispossessed, and here come EG, and here is Wes Jackson. Jackson! What a goal from Andy Piper. EG 3, Reading 1, and what a counter-attacking goal this was to Jackson. One touch, little look up, sees Piper coming, and Piper sliding in on the spot, beats Alexander. There's a change perhaps at the top of the circle here for Reading, and indeed it is Carson. Carson scores. EG 3, Reading 2. Tom Carson's on the scoreboard from the top of the circle. And it's game back on here at East Grinstead. A little further to the right of Smith. Around the back from Reading. Richard Mantell, little look up. Oh, what a pass that is. Carson, what a goal from Andy Watts. Made by Richard Mantell. Turned on by Tom Carsons. Look at this. Pass from Richard Mantell. 1 touch. 2 touch. 3 touch. 3 all here. So into the final minute. And a penalty corner for East Grinstead. Can they find a winner? Seckel has to change his feet, but it doesn't matter. Seckel finds the top of the net. What a penalty corner in the final minute, and that surely will give EG the win. What a penalty corner from Adam Seckel. So, a final chance for Reading. Can they get it in? No, they can't. That is the final whistle, and what a dramatic second half here. EG 4, Reading 3 the final score.
Wimbledon travelled up to Cannock and came back with all 3 points thanks to 3 goals in 2 minutes towards the end of the first half. Hampstead and Westminster got their second win of the season at home to Brooklands Manchester University. And goals from Mark Gleghorn and James Stedman meant that Holcombe and Beeston shared the points. So this is how the table looks now. Surbiton are the only remaining team with a 100% record, and at the bottom East Grinstead's win leapfrogs them above Brooklands Manchester University and Canterbury. Now for our men's Goal of the Month competition. Take a look at the goals and head over to the Barrington Sports website to enter for your chance to win.
Good, catch ball! Good ball! Go to the ball!
So, that's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to enter the competition. There'll be another one next week with the women's top goals from September.